Can you get an electric pressure washer that is 3,000 PSI, 110 volt, 1800 watt? We're going to go through electric pressure washers, give you some background on what to look for when you're looking to buy one, and show you what you might or might not want when you're purchasing one. Stay tuned. We've done some great pressure washer reviews, and we've tried to show you exactly what happens with certain models. So I'll put some links in the description to other models that we've gone through. This is the WestForce electric pressure washer. It is advertised as 3,000 PSI in 1.85 gallons per minute. It is 110 and has 1,800 watts for use. It doesn't tell you if it's brushed or brushless motor. That doesn't matter. The first thing that I think you should look for when you're looking at an electric pressure washer is first how often you're going to use it, what's the warranty, can you return it? But in this case, you can see this has a very cool system of putting things together, like the hose and everything is all wrapped up in one place. But the negative of that is this hose is very stiff. So when we start to try to pull it apart, and this is a 20-foot hose, let's watch a little bit later on when we get it out and use it. This hose is not real flexible. So getting a hose that is nice and flexible makes using the pressure washer much more enjoyable per se. The connections on this are absolutely bottom end, which is not a big deal. Some people are gonna be, I don't want the best, but quick connect swivel connections are ideal. In fact, this connection here is not shown in their advertisement on Amazon. This is $137. So if you see a pressure washer that's electric, 3,000 PSI, under $200, it's not 3,000 PSI, I guarantee you that. This wand is rated for 20 MPa, which comes out to about 2,900 PSI. This hose is rated for 2,000 PSI. So if this unit does produce 3,000 PSI, this hose is unsafe for the unit. 1.85 gallons per minute. So PSI is the amount that you can clean, and the gallons per minute is how fast you can clean it. The higher the PSI, the better the cleaning. Although if you want great cleaning, you're going to want to add heat. This is rated for cold only. And the GPM is going to be how many gallons per minute flow out. So it's going to be a matter of how fast you can move this wand to get things clean. They have storage on these tips, and I have not used this unit yet. It comes with multiple tips from a soap tip to 0, 15, 40, and 25. But it came packaged, and you can see here one is falling out because they're just held in by 3 little pieces. Works great until one of those little plastic pieces breaks. I don't like having my nozzle stored on the wand. At first it's kind of in the way. I guess I have to hold them. It's great to have them with you, but like I said, that one's going to be gone and you're never going to find it again. We're going to go through, test this out, show you what this pressure does in comparison to one of the other pressure washers that we've used that's rated a lot more in line. I think it's around 2,000 PSI in 1.2 gallons per minute. I'm going to make a bet with you that that's about what this one's going to do. Then we're going to crank up our gas unit and show you what 3,000 PSI really looks like and just give you some background information. So stick with us as we walk through these. So as far as electric pressure washers goes, it's nice that this unit does have a long cord, approximately 25 feet, that allows you to plug it in. It does have a GFCI in the end, which is important. We have the water turned on, everything's here. Again, my one tip is falling off. This is a quick disconnect end. So we're gonna go right to 0 degrees to give you the most power, because that's where it's going to be rated. Now let's take a look at this upper hose reel. Come on. And this is what we end up with, and that's what we were talking about before. It's just not ideal. Hoses like this get wrapped up, they get kinked. It's not perfect. Basically here we're purging the air out of the system. So we have it set, and this is just grass and dirt. Supposedly 3,000 PSI. That'd be blowing right through the grass and dirt up if it was. So let's just make a line on this pallet. And you can definitely see that it works, and I'm very close to it. This would take a long time to spray this barn. I mean, a long time. Let's just do one more line quick. I'm gonna get right down close to it. Two lines on this guy. While we have it out, let's remove the tip. We'll go to a 40-degree tip. This will be able to give you a little bit better idea of how it's going to throw. If you're using 0-degree tips on this style, I think are going to be used very little because you're going to eat into things. 20 and 40 degrees, probably where it's at. I'm 6 feet away. I'm not even reaching the siding. I'm going to bring you in and give you a close-up of that one. Again, we have a 40-degree tip. We just want to try to clean this little area. And I get it, a 40-degree tip isn't perfect. Let's go down to 15, and on any normal pressure washer that is 3,000 PSI, you would not want to do a 15-degree tip this close. It is working, there's no doubt, you can see it, but we are right on this. Let's switch over to a little bit more realistically rated pressure washer and compare them. This is our Greenworks that we have. We have a 40-degree nozzle on it. Let's just do the same thing, try to clean this area here. Again, we have to get very close. This is a 2,000 PSI unit. Let's drop down to a 15-degree tip and show you the same thing. Looks pretty similar, doesn't it? Now this is rated at 1.2 gallons per minute, 2,000 PSI. Let's put the 0-degree tip on and come back over to this pallet. These two lines here are from the WestForce. This first one is from a bit away. Second one was right up to it. Let's do the same thing with the Greenworks. Okay, now let's go right next to it like we did with that second line. In some ways it looks very familiar, but in the reality you can see here we started to chip away a lot more wood. And I really think that this Greenworks is more powerful than the Westhouse. But for comparison, let's pull out a gas one and do this same test. This is a 3,300 PSI gas unit at about 3 gallons per minute. And you can see the dirt coming up like I was talking about. I'll go through once really close. That got us incredibly dirty. Here's a 40-degree tip, 3,000 PSI. Obviously, this comparison is apples to oranges. This gas unit, 3,300 PSI, 3 gallons per minute. The gallons per minute was huge difference between these other two models. And you can see that, but you can also see the pressure difference. This WestForce, 1.85 gallons per minute at 3,000 PSI. I don't see it, and I'll show you why in a second. This is an older Greenworks, 2,000 PSI, 1.2 GPM per minute, and I think this Greenworks did better than the WestForce. Here's why. When we look across this pallet, all the wood is going to be different in different areas, so we're going to take that into consideration. But here's the WestForce. This first line was from a distance away. Second line was right up close. This particular piece of wood is easy to see the difference in, because slight line, a line here that was right up close, and it started to push things away. Here is the Greenworks. This chewed into the wood and really splintered it when it was close. Same thing happened here when we got with the WestForce over the knot. You don't even see it splintering away, and then it splinters a little bit when we get close. There is a definite line with the Greenworks, and it's splintering it away quite well up close. Get with the darker, more hardwoods, you can see it just made lines. That's it, just lines. Cleaned it. With the Greenworks, there's a little bit of splintering and a lot of splintering when we get up close. I could go through each board. The Greenworks did better. Nothing compared to the gas. This is the gas line from a distance away, and I'm covered in dirt from it going through, and I'll lift this up and show you. And then I tried to stay right on the board so I wasn't covered in dirt. You can see we've even taken chips off. Now if I pull this up, you can see the difference in what we did to the dirt. WestForce, Greenworks, gas. So at the end of the day, here's what you're left with, and it makes you think that this hose reel would be great, but the hose sucks, and it is on the top of the unit, so it makes it a little bit more tippy. If we start to wind this up, it's difficult because the hose is very stiff. Storage-wise, this seems like the best option. And it does fit together well. Everything's good. It just, in the real world, does not work as good as what you would think it would. The little reel and back for the cord is just fine and similar to anything else out there. I'm sure you want to hear some more thoughts before watching me just wind the rest of this up. So something we never even touched on was the soap dispenser. This unit is in back. It works. I think personally, if you're this far into the video, you're not looking at how well this unit works, and I'm going to tell you, it doesn't matter. I am not going to recommend this unit. It costs a little bit. I don't think the quality's here. I don't think that this hose reel on top is going to last a long time with the plastic, and a few times that it gets knocked over, this hose reel is going to be broken off, and you're going to end up with a worse situation in trying to organize the hose than what it is. Trust me, I like the thought of all this together. We just have to get quality components between the output in the hose reel and then the hose on the reel, and we could get something that's going to last, because this is a 5, 6, 7 time unit, and something is, or use unit, and then something's going to break. That's it. And before we even got it home, we can't even store our nozzles in here, and from just using it, pushing them out, I got 2 more that are broken. So this really isn't made that well. I'm gonna try to find some other units that look the same and are priced similar on Amazon, because what happens is these companies come out with these and then they get favorable ratings, or they hire out people to give them favorable ratings, and then it goes downhill when people start buying them on the reviews. Then they switch brands and they do the same thing over again, and people buy them because of the good reviews, and then once it gets out to the mass market, poor reviews, switch the name. Happened with Hamdocs and a couple other ones. We've got some pretty bad ones below. Check them out in the description. Guys, this is not where you want to go. The price is right, the design looks great, it's just not there. But if you have it and love it, I would love to hear your comments, because some people might buy it for that 1 to 10 time use and say it fit me just fine. I'd love to hear that. And I think that's great. I just wouldn't recommend it. Personally, the best electric pressure washer you can buy is one that you get locally from like a big box store, Costco, Sam's, Lowe's, Home Depot, anything like that, and that you can return easily. Bring it home, try it out. Does it fit your needs? Does it work? Does it have a warranty? And then know that you can return it if it doesn't work. I don't spend a lot of money on this stuff online because these can be hard to return. The warranty service on them, 99% of the time, is no good. And that's not where you want to be. So Greenworks makes a good one. There's a 2300 PSI. We're going to check that one out. We did a review on the Ryobi. I believe that was a brushless 2300 PSI. That one's a little bit more loud than this, and it should be because it's putting out more pressure. But that one worked well. We did a review on that. The Ryobi needed some different parts. We put a link in that description of the different parts to really bring that one up to some QD hoses and stuff. So you can take it apart, you can use it and have swivels, so the hoses weren't bad. Lots of stuff on there, lots of good information. So I hope you can take something out of this. Be skeptical when you're looking on Amazon as to what people are actually advertising their products as. 1800 PSI is going to be very normal for any 110 or 120 volt electric pressure washer. It's going to be where they're at because of the amount of power and the motor they can use and the pump that's there. That's about their max. Commercial stuff can bump up, but you're going to pay for that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give us a like on this video and let us know your comments. What do you think? Thanks for your time. Have a wonderful day.